Much like a human, your PC starts to slow down over time. And while it would be great to just replace the parts every time you notice a decrease in performance, it is not financially viable. So we're going to go over some things you could do to maintain your PC and to extend its lifetime as much as you can. Now, before I start going over some of these methods, I would like to say that when you are building a PC, it is highly advisable that you purchase components that make it easy for you to upgrade in the future. Most of the time you will find that any issues that your PC has will be related to one particular component rather than the whole PC. So having parts that give you some leeway will help you greatly in the future. For example, investing in a better power supply that will allow you to upgrade in the future, or a motherboard that will let you get a newer CPU down the line. You get the idea. Now let's get into some of these maintenance methods. The first thing I want to talk about is keeping your PC clean. This sounds like a very obvious thing to say, but you'd be surprised how many people neglect this. Having a lot of dust inside your PC can cause a plethora of problems, most notably overheating and blocking of air filters. Make sure you regularly clean your PC using a can of compressed air and a microfiber cloth. Obviously this isn't something that you'll need to do every single day, but how often you do it depends on many factors, such as how hot your environment is, whether or not you have a pet, or whether or not you smoke. The closer your PC is to the ground, the more dust it is likely to collect, so try placing your PC higher up, for instance on your desk. Applying a new coat of thermal paste to your CPU is a very well-known process that helps decrease temps and maintain performance. But something that I feel is not talked about enough is applying new thermal paste to your GPU. If you feel like your GPU is overheating and you've already downloaded the latest drivers, which you should always do, and you've already cleaned it, then it is likely that you need a new coat of thermal paste. If you'd like to know more about GPU thermal paste replacement and how to do it, we'll be leaving an article in the description telling you everything you need to know. Sticking with the topic of cleaning, much like your hardware, you also need to clean your software. On Windows, hit the Windows key and the R key at the same time to bring up the run menu, then type %temp %, then press OK. This will show you the junk folder of temporary files that you can get rid of. Alternatively, you can use BleachBit, which is a free program that scans your PC to find any junk files that you can remove to help your PC speed up again. Viruses and malware can cause your PC to slow down significantly, so keeping your PC safe is very important. One way you can do this is by keeping your operating system up to date. The updates that you receive almost always contain security patches and bug fixes that help protect your PC from any vulnerabilities. You can also get an antivirus or an anti-malware. These are programs that protect your PC from dangerous programs that could compromise your personal information and affect your system's performance. There are hundreds and hundreds of options out there, but you must choose very carefully. Some antiviruses constantly run scans in the background of your system, which can cause other programs to significantly slow down, and some even bundle up other programs when you install them, which can blow and slow down your PC. An example of a great safety program would be something like Malwarebytes. You can run it and leave it to scan for a bit, and it will let you know if there are any suspicious or harmful files in your system, which you can then tell it to remove. If you want a video going over antiviruses, please leave a comment. If you have a hard drive, you could consider defragmenting. Sometimes data can be written to separate sections of the drive, splitting it up and causing the time taken to read the data to be even longer. Defragmenting repositions the data blocks to be even closer to each other, improving read times. Windows generally takes care of this automatically, but you can get it to do it at any time by going to Start and searching defrag. The defragment and optimize drives utility should open up, then hit optimize. You can also modify the frequency at which Windows does the optimization automatically. Please note that if you use an SSD, it is generally a bad idea to defragment. That's mostly because the way that an SSD stores data is very different from the way a hard drive stores data. Another important thing that you should do is check for any programs or games that you just don't use anymore and remove them. Everyone I know, including myself, has files sitting on their PC taking up space for no reason. You can remove these programs by using the built-in Windows uninstaller, but I would also recommend using IO-bit uninstaller. Also, if you find it too tedious going into and searching your folders for files that you don't need, then I would also recommend using WinDirStat, which gives you a visual representation of all the largest files in your system. Sometimes when you're completing a big Windows update, or if you've updated from Windows 10 to 11, you will find a massive folder called windows.old. This folder contains files from your old Windows version that you don't need anymore, so you need to get rid of it. You do this by going into Settings, System, Storage, clicking on the temporary files option under your drive, checking the previous versions of Windows Box, and then removing it. Lastly, your PC unfortunately is an electronic device, so it is vulnerable to power surge damage. To make sure that your PC doesn't go out like that, you might want to invest in a surge protector. Believe me, this is one of those things that you think you don't need until you realize that you actually did need it when it's too late. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there is any specific point mentioned in this video that you would like us to talk more about in the future, then please let us know in the comments.